Alright. Well, I'll know when I have a viewer. Okay, time to get out my Chromebook. My Chromebook. or something. Yeah. My Chrome. Okay, there we go. Ooh, what a person. Yay. Alright, so I am getting set up. Oh, it's playing in my ears. Oh my gosh, that's fun. But I'm getting my computer out so that I can start writing. So this is called One Good Change Can Help the Future. I have chapter 1 written so far, and I am working on chapter 2. And chapter 1 is posted on my AO3, except I'm going to edit the tags because the tags they weren't having it. Hi other person. So, oh my gosh, wow, the audio is still playing in my ears. That's not fun. So far I have one relationship tag, Midoriya Hizashi and Midoriya Izuku, because yes. You know what? I'm just gonna try and show what I'm doing. Let's try it. I'm bad at this. Here we go. Alright, so this is like really hard to do. Wow. Where is oh there's my keyboard. Cool. You know what? I'm just gonna scroll. Ooh, that's not in this chapter yet. I'm gonna add that. Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna leave it like that for now. I'll add more tags later. But here's the Google Doc. So I'm just gonna read what I have so far. I have about chapter 1 first. Yeah, I copy and pasted this in from AO3. Izuku was on a plane to America. Now, it might seem crazy, but all he wanted was to leave and restart his life. All fresh, nobody from his junior high would ever be able to bully him again. He knew he would be safe because his father, the dragon hero Flame, lived in America and would be able to house him and send him to the best hero school. In fact, since it was the best hero school, it had the tech inventor, David Shields, as its professor in the support course. With David Shield in the head of support, and with the help of the U.S. government, Task Force Hero Academy, TFHA, became the top hero school in America where Izuku would grow to become a hero. But that's not where this story starts. This story starts at the beginning, the very beginning. When Izuku was born to one Inko Midoriya and one Hizashi Midoriya, Inko decided that having a hero for a father would be too dangerous for Izuku. So in her own twisted way, she kept Izuku safe by divorcing his father and forcing him to move to America. So by the time his quirk came in, Izuku's father was long gone, just sending money for the two of them every month. He never got to know his son. Hizashi hoped so badly that Izuku would become a dragon like him so that he could have an excuse to go back to Japan to love and care for his son. Hi Salt. The first 14 years of Izuku's life were torture. He was bullied at age 4 when his quirk still hadn't come in. His mother had been okay with that, because then her kid couldn't become a hero and get hurt. But Izuku's quirk came in when he was 6. Inko didn't like that, Not only did Izuku have a quirk, but his quirk was similar to his father's. And if his hobby kept up, he would learn about the hero Flame in America, who was a dragon like him. But that was a problem for the future. For now, she was just worried about her kid not learning to fly and making sure he knew that being a dragon wasn't acceptable. If he was going to be a dragon, then that was going to be his problem. But if he could hide it, it would be safe and he would be safe and not get hurt. But that idea backfired badly. Izuku would come home from school every day with cuts and burns. At first, Inko just thought he was having trouble hiding it, but when it continued, she realized that her son was getting bullied for being quirkless. So she made the wise decision to let him not hide his skills or talents. But then the bullies thought he was faking having a quirk just to not get hurt by them. But no matter what she seemed to do, Izuku kept getting hurt. So when her son was getting ready to go to high school, she decided that it was time for him to meet his father. So that's how Izuku ended up on a plane to Fresno, California. Alright, so that was chapter 1 of what I've written. And then chapter 2 is in the works with around 400 words. So because I have the device I'm showing this on my computer, I am going to turn my camera off so that I can actually type, but I'll read chapter 2 and then as I type I'll just read it. Okay. So, chapter 2, settling in. Now that Izuku is on his way to America, he knows that nobody will get to him. It's not like Inko is forcing him to hide his quirk anymore. He can have a fresh new start in California. He might actually get to have friends for once. But before he can go to TFHA, he needs a new wardrobe. Stat. Going to the mall, he goes into Hot Topic, deciding that he not only needed new clothes, but a new style. He ends up getting some dark gray jeans, with some assorted tints in whites, blacks, and grays. Ooh, I'm gonna edit that to add greens. Greens and grays. Perfect. To go with that, he gets some flannels and studded belts. Now all that was left were some shoes. Going over to the nearest shoe store in the mall, he gets a pair of red Converse. Because when growing up, his shoes had to be the quirkless ones, and he wanted some sort of familiarity even though he never really was quirkless. With his new wardrobe all collected, he headed over to another store to get some things for his new room. He ended up getting some forest green paint, a skateboard, and some figurines and posters from his favorite fandoms. And for some reason, he didn't have a phone, so he went out and got one of those. Now armed with new clothes and things for his room, courtesy of his dad's credit card, he was ready to go home. Now, he probably should have thought this through because when he came to the mall, he didn't have anything with him, so he walked there. But now with hundreds of dollars worth of things, I'm going to change that to items. With hundreds of dollars worth of items, he didn't have a way to get back. Izuku pulled a paper out of his pocket and called his dad. Hey, Dad, I kind of forgot that buying things meant that I couldn't walk home, so can you come get me from River Park Shopping Center? Of course, Izuku. Luckily enough, I realized the second that you left, so I started my way home and got you food for the ride home. I'm outside by the main entrance waiting for you. My car is a dark green pickup truck. See you in a few, kid. Thanks, Dad, Izuku stated, so happy that his dad thought ahead. Also, what did you get for food? His dad, knowing what foods dragons loved, then replied, I got some rich vegetables and salad. Alright, so that's all I have so far for chapter 2. But it's coming along nicely. I'm having a lot of fun with this. So yay! I love this. Oh, I never noticed Onyx joined. Alright. Yeah. Sorry. I'm just kind of bad at this. So, So we have Dad picking him up, and then what could go next? His dad has picked him up, so now what he can do is, ooh, yeah. Hi, Kenzie! Alright, Izuku gets back Izuku gets into the car. If I can write that. Izuku gets into his dad's car and immediately starts eating the... Oh, sorry. Hi, Neo. Sorry about that. Alright, so Zuko gets into his dad's car and immediately starts eating the nutrient-rich food that was perfectly dragon safe that his dad got. Oh my gosh, there's like a playback of what I'm saying in my headphones, and it's so annoying. But now we're at 430 words. That's nice. Not God, wow. So, after the two got back to their house, they settled in for the night, and Izuku, using all of his new possessions, decorated his room. And finally felt at home. Alright. I think that's all I'm gonna do for chapter 2. So I'm going to post that to AO3 because, yeah. Just gotta go back and forth until I have all the lines. Control C, go over to my AO3 tab, add chapter. Okay, so settling in. Okay, so the summary. Izuku goes shopping and forgets how to walk home. That's a good summary, I guess. Chapter notes at beginning. Alright, so... Okay, now for better notes. I posted chapter 1 while at school, so that's why there's a bad summary and note. But this chapter was written without the time constraints of the bell, so I hope that this one is much better. Wonderful. Alright, end notes. How are we feeling about this so far? I hope you liked it and look out for chapter 3. Okay, so boop, boop. Alright, and post. Alright, so now chapter 2 is out. Yeah, this is nice. Okay, I'm just gonna edit this part because it's interesting. One good change can help Your future. Your future. Nice. Zuko is a late bloomer and gets his quirk at age 6. But what if it's the quirk of his hero father that he's not allowed to know? Or Zuko is a dragon like his father and has to learn how to choose. Yeah. Okay. Wonderful. Okay. As this is written, I will post it on my YouTube podficking channel. Ooh, alright, so I noticed we have some new people. Oh, nope, not anymore. Okay. The channel is links_the_cat_podfix. Cool. Okay. Now, I just... Woo! Update. Nice, now this is looking better. Alright. So this was a good, almost 20-minute live. I'm going to call it here. This was fun. I hope you guys enjoyed. And, now after chapter 2, we are at 986 words. So look out for an actual recorded version of this at some point. Ooh, wait a minute. It'll be a hot second until I can figure this out. Alright, but anyways, remember to eat, sleep, drink your water, and take your meds. And when you sleep, go to bed at a reasonable time. And remember, kids, be do and crime gay.